Hi Capricorn, welcome to your May 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know I love you for it. For those of you that are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of, okay, the cards have spoken, and your actions and interactions with the world at large card is, if I can get it out of the deck, the Judgment card, which has flipped itself right the way up. So basically what this says is that over the course of this month, you are going to be very focused on seeing things through to completion. Now, this is an energy that you are very familiar with. If you want something done, get a Capricorn to do it because they will make sure that it is done, and done, right? And the fact that you have this in your actions and options, this is you making or seeing through a big decision. In a lot of ways, I kind of feel like it's taken you a while to come to a certain conclusion. And this month, it's like you've said to yourself, right, this is it. I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready to move ahead with something, which I absolutely love for you guys. Now, remember as well, the Judgment card always represents massive change. This is a big shake-up of some sort, but it's led by you because this is your actions and interactions with the world at large. This is what you do. It's like you've come to a big decision, and this may see you editing your lifescape in some way, shape or form ruthlessly. Like this month you could be saying, right, okay, this friend, these people, this situation, gone. This stuff, these things that I hold on to, these trinkets, whatever in the home, gone. Like this week, this month, like literally you are making some very clear cuts, possibly to the social circle, possibly to the home. This is going to see you really getting very brutally honest about what needs to go. And I think because of that, you're going to be putting or implementing some very big change. And I think people are going to be very surprised about what it is. One of the reasons being, I think you're going to implement the changes for this very quickly. And what they don't see is that you've been making this decision or these decisions behind the scenes for quite some time. It's not like a new thing to you, but it might be to everyone else because of the brevity of how you put this into practice. For your money and materials, you have the Three of Pentacles. All right, so for your money, it looks like you're getting serious about it. For some of you, this is about a change in job. For some of you, this is about marshalling your resources. It looks like a lot of you are really looking at the stash pot. And if I know a Capricorn, I know you lot have always got a little, I say a little, some of you massive, like you guys have always got a stash pot of cash sitting around. Maybe not like in like a lump sum of actual cash, but Capricorns always have, like, whether it's an emergency fund, whether it's a rainy day pot, like whatever it is, Capricorns are, you know, they're very, very good with this kind of thing. And this month, it looks like you're looking at that money and you're asking yourself, what is the best use that I can put this money to right now? It's almost like you're saying, you know what, it's not that you're getting rid of your savings. It's more a case of, I've got this money and it's sat here doing nothing. We know interest rates for savers and stuff are awful. They're worse than they've ever been. All of that kind of stuff. And it's like this month, it's like you're saying to yourself, I need to make my money work harder. And this month you're getting really savvy about ways for you to do that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to see you very focused on your knees, your legs, your lower body in general. Actually, I feel like you're going to be doing a lot to really strengthen that aspect of yourself. This could be, you know, anything from a new cardio regime right through to, I don't know, learning more about health and fitness. And then finally, for your home and environment, I think for a lot of you, when it comes to the home environment, this could be you deciding that you're going to buy. For some of you that already own your own home, this could be you saying to yourself, right, I want to discover where it is that I'm going next. But something about the home is coming up for review. And I think in large part is because of you're trying to figure out how to make that stash pot work for you. Great, really great. I'll be following the trends of the Capricorns this month, seeing what's going on, where they put their money, what they like to invest in. You know, I'm gonna be watching that. For your communications and conversations, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Communication is easy, it's warm, it's refined this month. If you found that you haven't really felt like yourself when it comes to communication recently, you know, maybe you felt like you couldn't say what needed to be said. Maybe you felt like you were being censored in some way, shape or form. This month, that goes away. Not only is there a freedom of speech again for you, but it's like what you're saying is meeting the right ears, and the way that you're coming across in your speech isn't just practical, it's also eloquent. You've got the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. This could literally be you learning something. You know, if you're going to do it, if there's ever a time you were going to delve into the whole crypto sphere and discover what that is, how it works, etc., this would be a great month. Maybe not necessarily to put money into it, because Mercury is going to go retrograde at the end of the month. But this would definitely be a good month for you to do the research, to get a good practical foundational knowledge on how that whole sphere works, what it actually means for the world and where it's going. Another way that this could show up for you with the Nine of Pentacles, you could be having a lot of talks about beautifying the home, changing the home, working on the home. This could be talks about some sort of learning or some sort of what's the word, academic pursuit. Absolutely. And on a really practical level, this looks like you are enhancing a physical skill, whether that skill is massage, whether it is sculpture, whether it's painting, drawing, you know, flower arranging. I mentioned recently, and it's really funny because I said that in the weekly Capricorn reading, and it was a real mixed bag. Like, some of them were like, you know, flower arranging is really good for you, it's really therapeutic, and then others were like, well, that, you know, you lost me there, which, you know, and it's great, right? That's the dichotomy that we find within each sign. So, and obviously everybody's chart is different, each human being is different, etc., yada yada yada. You get my point. But there is a very strong pull towards either the aesthetic this month of something, or a very practical physical skill, like something that you can use with your actual hands. Now for your heart and half, you've got the Nine of Swords, right? So interesting, you've got two nines here. Two nines in the tarot literally represent being in receipt of something, right? So this would be a good time to maybe look over receipts if there's something that what's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, this would be a good time to look over purchases that have been made, especially purchases that have been made by couples, or, you know, with or alongside somebody else. Now, for those of you that are single, definitely a potential to meet someone this month, but it's going to be either through a hobby or an academic or possibly even a professional pursuit of some kind, which kind of makes sense. You know, Capricorns love to, if you can work with someone and you're a Capricorn, you can date that person. Like, it usually goes tandem. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships of some sort, I think this is a month where you guys can really balance something out. I think you've got the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, very different energies, because you've got air on one side, that's the Nine of Swords, and you've got the earth on the other side, that's the Nine of Pentacles. The way that you kind of, like, one of the things is you're balancing your practical application with your mental acuity, and there's something this month that could see you balancing out maybe some of the challenging energies that you've had in your relationships or your personal partnership over the course of however long. You know, it's just going to require some really open and honest and very beautiful communication. It really is there. The potential is there for it. But look at this, right? Don't forget, this month you've got the Judgment card in your actions and options, which means you are your decisions and your directions this month are final, and that's kind of it. For your first week of the month, you have the Empress card. So this is very likely to have something to do with your work and possibly your social sphere, which is nice. I mean, the fact that you've got the Empress there as well, this could be you reaching a decision about the environment that you live in, whether that's the home, whether it's the general area. For a lot of you, this could be you deciding that you know what, maybe you're ready to move. For your second week of the month, you have the Star card. If you are planning any form of online learning, an online course, maybe finding a coach that can help you brush up on skills that you need for your work or your day-to-day job, or enhancing the skills that you have, this is a phenomenal month for it. This is money well spent, this month in particular. When it comes to this second week of the month as well, pay attention to what comes up in general, but especially in the financial or the home sphere, because this is going to give you a glimpse of how the things are going to shape up for you in the future, which could be very, very exciting. For your third week of the month, you have your card, the Devil card. Now, this is a bit of a mixed bag because it does have some, positive connotations. Coupled with the Nine of Pentacles, this could suggest some really good, strong, solid, life-affirming and advancing communications. This month you could be having some really good conversations that really help you find what you consider or feel is terra firma. Something could be confirmed for you this month that could really feel, help you feel like you're on solid ground, which is great. It could be as well that this month maybe you overindulge in some of your social interactions, or maybe the quality of conversation has you kind of in that sphere. You could take it a little bit too far as well. Like maybe, you spend so much time having good conversation or good quality conversation with certain people that you expect that from everyone, and not everyone's going to be able to give you that. So just be aware that that might be a possibility. Because you've got the Three of Pentacles there as well, there could be a tendency to overspend on the home this month, especially because you've got the Empress here as well. So just keep that in mind. And then finally, you have the World card. These are some big cards this month, Capricorn. I like this, right? So change in status for some of you. This could see you going from partnered to single. It could see you going from single to partnered. Definitely what's the word? I don't want to say role reversal, but that's not the right term that I'm looking for. But there could definitely be a reversal of fortunes when it comes to partnerships, relationships, interpersonal connections this month. It's definitely possible. For those of you that are single, if you are meeting someone, they're likely to be your own age or older. If you are partnered and in a relationship, this is going to be where you and your partner either fix it or you forget it. There's no in between this month. I mean, with these cards, it's like literally you're either in or you're out. This is a whole bunch of earth and air. That's basically what you have here. Like literally it's just earth and air, and finding a way to balance the mental with the practical, the inner with the outer, all of that kind of stuff. So your new moon message, new moon in Taurus, you have the Gate 14 and luck with the koi carp on there. This is beautiful, right? So there is a lucky energy around that new moon for you, which kind of makes sense, right? Because the new moon is going to take place in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is a fellow earth sign, so it's a trine energy to your sun, moon or ascendant. So this new moon is really going to highlight to you what you can start and what has the best chances for you implementing or starting now. Great. And then for the full moon lunar eclipse, you have the Gate 61 and Inner Truth. The eclipse is going to show you, it's really going to show you, because remember it's a full moon lunar eclipse as well at that, right? Which is a grand completion, a grand culmination. If something, whatever it is, whether it's a job, whether it's the place that you live in, whether it's a partnership, a relationship, whether it is, a mode of study or even transport, whatever it is, if it comes to, if it's not for you, if it's not in integrity, all the rest of it, this month it will come to an end off the back of that eclipse, right? And remember, eclipses tend to unpack over 6 months. So whatever is imprinted on the day and the week before, actually the week before, the day of, and the week after, pay attention to that whole sphere of time. The reason being is because whatever happens in that time tends to unpack or unfold over the next 3 to 6 months. Eclipses are very rarely sort of in the moment and done sort of energy. Sometimes they can be very, very literal. I'll give you an example. The Aquarius eclipse on the 27th of July 2017 was a very powerful one. As many of you know, I'm an Aquarius, and the reason I say sometimes it can be instant, the day of that eclipse, I stood up from my desk and I basically told the company that I was working for, I'm fucking out. And that was it. I stood up, I got off, I went off on my lunch break, and I never went back, and that was it. That was the end of it. So sometimes it can be very quick and very literal, but those are usually tend to be very extreme cases, and it had been building for a while. But at that point I was just like, no, I'm done with this. And that's when, you know, I put everything into Radiant Reality. So pay attention to what comes up for you. And the fact that you've got the gate 61 and the inner truth, this is about really honoring yourself above all else, right? Above everyone and everything else. This is about you finding a way to put yourself at the center of your universe, and then moving and growing and expanding from that point. And I think this is going to be a very, very big shift of focus for you guys in a lot of ways. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.